but I kind of do.
Technically.
What
Dude, I love this setup is fucking tight now.
You better watch your language.
Hey, well, if you'd stop going live without telling anybody, daggum, I'm just reminiscing of my nice little setup I got going over here. Finally looking professional out. Oh, wait, that's not.
Nobody can see it, so.
I know. Hopefully nobody heard that one. All right. What's up, William? What's up, little Will? Got yo-ho, fellas. What's up, David Montz? How's it going?
Everybody's in already.
Is there? Golly, we're ready to roll right off the rip this time. I guess everyone's excited because we had Watkins, Glen, and
God bless America, and gentlemen, start your engine!
Still down there. Still down there.
Still outside corner. Your number one.
Was out. Yeah, was out. Vanity just about outrigged him. And then she busted her ass.
What? Don't be mad at me. Be mad at Dakota. He's not even here.
Well, he's actually in the chat this time. Last week, he just ditched us all together.
Yeah, that's true.
Happy Bristol week. What's up, everybody? Super excited we got Bristol. Speaking of which, how many more days of work do you have?
Me?
Yeah.
3.5.
Damn, that sucks. Tomorrow's my last day.
That's cool. I don't get 79 vacation days a year.
Well, I mean, I can't help it. Can't help it. I'll put it up. Hey, Ben, you still coming? They're if you're coming, they're talking about tickets in the chat. So go to the group chat and
don't know.
Just saying. All right. But yeah, so we had the Glen this week. Pretty good racing when it comes to road courses. We haven't had a good road course race, and I feel like since Coda last year.
You're only saying that because Busher won.
I don't have any clue what you're talking about.
You're only saying that because Busher won and you gained the most points in the group chat kicks.
You're missing one other point.
That would be?
No, Denny Hamlin wrecked pretty much instantly.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
So, all around good race. Let's go ahead and just dive right into it because, yes, Bushier has won, finally gets the vindication. He's actually, I didn't even realize that they put up a graphic on the screen, and it was talking about how him and Tyler Reddick have the most top 10 finishes on road courses in the next gen era. Didn't even put that together until they put that on the screen.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And guess what? Been good at road courses though. Like I'm not saying he's a sleeper. He's just kind of like, I don't know, glanced over.
Yeah, I mean, he's been there the entire time. He
does.
It's not
like
really,
when he got out of the car, it's like finally got a road course win, which
yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like when you look at it, he's usually never in the top 5 until all of a sudden there's like 5 laps to go. Then all of a sudden Busher, it's like, where the hell did you come from?
I'll be honest, I didn't pay much attention to the strategy or anything. I know he was on a little bit different strategy than the 1 and 16.
Yes.
And so I didn't really pay much attention to strategy and see how he got that track position.
Well, what's funny is, I mean, realistically, he pitted only, I think, 2 laps later than the 1 and the 16. And just, he was fast. I mean, it was crazy because we were talking about in the group chat, SVG and Ross was a full 1.5 seconds faster than the entire rest of the field. All the way through basically stage 2. And then they talked about this tire fall off. That tire fall off was obsolete. There was absolutely no tire fall off until all of a sudden, like 25 extra laps than everybody else, there was just a cliff they fell off of, because it's insane that because of the way that wreck ended up at stage 2, that SVG and Ross did not pit, And so they stayed on the same tires, and they waited all the way and led the entire bit until Buescher and McDowell finally started moving up. And that was 30 laps after the stage 2 caution. So they had 30 lap later tires, and they still had on to first and second till I think it was 25 laps.
I think part of it had to do with track position, aero. Again, they're going to have to do something as far as horsepower or something like that or continue just to push the line with the tires. Maybe bring the short track tire to road courses. I don't know what the answer is. I do know that when Larson had done that first run, he had gone through stage 1. He was supposed to pit before stage 1 ended, but they messed up and he stayed out. And then he came in, changed tires. That was the first tire change of the race. And Cliff told him, like, hey, your rear tires, they are worn. Like, they're down the cords. They are showing wear. So they were wearing out, but maybe everybody was so equal to begin with that, they all wore out at the same time. Now, I know what you're saying about SVG and Ross having, multiple more laps on their tires and still held the lead.
30 more laps.
Yeah, I think part of it, again, was track position. But we did see towards the end of the race, though, that there was like 3 or 4 different strategies going on with tires. Where you had some guys that pitted maybe 30 laps to go, some guys that pitted with like 25 laps to go, and there was separation between tire wear, as far as some guys had 5 more laps than the other guys, and they were able to catch those cars. But once it got time to actually pass, there was a lot of guys that had trouble passing. It was a dogfight.
Doug Gibbs said on the teardown, the only way you could pass is if there was 900 horsepower in the engine. I mean, 100%. We can keep going till we're blue in the face on the whole. We need more horsepower. They're just not going to do it. And
the biggest thing is that because they don't have enough horsepower, there's still like 650 horsepower or something like that. You have a bigger tire, bigger brakes, so the braking zones are much shorter. We're taking away that opportunity for anybody to mess up. So it doesn't matter if you have a tire that wears out really quickly. If everybody can push the braking zone, what I saw personally was everybody would just blow the corners. Like, how about we went in and put all these rumble strips in? They didn't do anything.
Those rumble strips were pointless the entire weekend.
Yes, even Xfinity.
Yeah, it like they did nothing, and I get it. They looked at the data from Larson's mouth guard last year, and they saw, okay, we got to do something. Those turtles aren't working. Just enforce track limits. You have that ability as NASCAR. Obviously, we've seen them do it at super speedways and other tracks. I mean, earlier this year, obviously, there was the whole dilemma on did they go past the line that they were talking about or not. But there's so many cameras at that track, they could have done this easily and just enforce track limits.
You look at COTA. You go through the S's at COTA. If they go over that line at COTA, they're automatically penalized for it. So why don't they just paint a line on the track where they run off at and be like, hey, if you put a tire over that line, you're penalized.
It's just because they want to find something for us to complain about, so we don't complain about not having horsepower.
Yeah. Well,
I'm the Buescher Road Course. Good luck, Charms.
Good at that.
See you at the Roval. See, come on down on top of the bus at the Roval. Let's see.
Chuck, are you coming to the Roval?
He might be the only one right now.
I saw something where I thought I saw you were coming to the Roval.
He just, Roval.
I want him to confirm that, like right now.
Chuck, confirm. Go in chat.
What the fuck? Why am I just now finding this out?
Wow. You think you know your friends, and then you have one like you who doesn't keep up with his friends. Goodness gracious. But yeah, obviously the wreck started off, what was it? Did we even get 2 laps in before that first caution happened? First lap. Okay, yeah. So first
ran out of talent again.
And, when you watch it, he also got some help from a guy named Kyle Larson, too. But definitely it was a waste of talent on LaJoie. He is getting ready to flip those burgers the best he possibly can next year. And I can't wait for it.
Yeah, well, let's see where he lands. Maybe it's Burger King, maybe it's Bed Bath and Beyond. Just as long as
That
he's not
cracks me up. The fact that the going out of business team gets sponsored by the going out of business, and I don't understand SHR. They took the overstock, turned it blue, and said, "We're good. Here we go." So
yeah, well, they got to do what they got to do to get through the rest of the year.
And
Speaking of Stuart Haas, I mean, hats off to Briscoe. Finished like 6th or something like that. Best playoff driver.
Yeah, best playoff driver for them. I mean, right now, dude, the playoff points, we'll talk about it soon. The playoff points are nowhere near what I thought they were going to be. If you would have asked me, like, at the beginning of the playoffs this year, because it is insane.
Yeah. Briscoe got the most points. He's tied with Ross.
That's crazy. I wonder who picked Ross in our thing. Oh, that's right. That was me. Y'all's opinion was
points though?
I'm near dead last because normally my pick always just hits a wall. Y'all's opinion was Blaney justified in his criticism of not being able to try and get back on track.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay. So let's talk about that because that was the first lap incident.
Damaged vehicle policy. Didn't even look like he was in the main crash. He just seemed like he got sideswiped and apparently broke his steering. And NASCAR towed him back and said, "You're going straight to the garage. You're done for the day."
Yeah. So my opinion on it is pretty simple. I agree with Ryan where he said, if a car has 4 flat tires or flat tires, they have to be towed back to the pits because they can't drive it. Well, what's the difference? Like Ryan had a broken steering issue. Like tow it back to the pits. If they can fix it in the pits under DVP, then fix it. If you can't fix it, then you go to the garage. Like they didn't even give him a chance.
And see, this is where I get into the point of, well, people are like, well, then they wouldn't have got it fixed in 7 minutes. Okay, here's my hot take on this. Get rid of the timing altogether. We've talked about this before. If they go down multiple laps, they go down multiple laps. What does it matter? Like the whole thing here is they could try to fix it in race. NASCAR wants people to be competitive. And when you have guys that are in the playoffs specifically, and they're trying to get every point they can, if he can fix that and go down 20 laps, okay, all of a sudden you have some of those other accidents where guys were out from the beginning and there's no way for them to go. And now he's got more points just because he was still able to finish ahead of them. So yes, it might only be 1, 2, 3 points, but we all know when it comes to these cutoffs and the cutoff races, 1, 2, 3 points can be a lot.
Yeah. It's to me, the whole thing about the DVP was it was implemented when we had the Gen 6 car. And we had, a car would get wrecked and body panels would be coming off, sheet metal would be coming off, causing debris cautions.
Yeah.
This new car, it's all composite. It's all
very resilient.
It's like they're just, I hate to use the term Lego cars, but they put together like Legos essentially. So, if a body panel comes off, it's going to come off in the middle of a wreck or something. I don't think it was fair at all for them just to tow the car back to the garage. I mean, could it have broken the steering shaft? Sure. Could it have broken, a joint for the steering shaft and it could have been just an easy fix like that? Absolutely. But they didn't have the opportunity to do that. And that's what the frustrating part is. Like, yeah, I'm not a Blaney fan, but as far as competition, you want to see each guy get a shot. Even if it would have happened to Denny Hamlin, I would have been like, yeah, it's fucked up. Like, Denny should have got a chance to get back out there. Ryan should have got a chance to get back out there. At least look at the car and see if y'all could fix it. That's bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. The NASCAR has a rule, and then they have the gray area, and they play in that gray area just way too much.
They make
and if we're gonna do that, then let's make the gray area a little bit bigger. And I think Ryan and them could have had the chance to assess it, see how long it would have taken. Because we still, realistically, I don't even know if they came out with it. We don't know. We know it was steering related. We know it has something to do in that, the steering.
That one Andrew Basso guy that's on Twitter, he posted, it was funny. He posted the entire race of Ryan Blaney on board, and it was 8 minutes long. And Jonathan Hassler asked him over the radio, he's like, what's the steering wheel doing? He goes, it just free spins, like it just turns and turns and turns. So it makes me think that it did break the steering shaft, but maybe it broke the joint from the steering shaft to the rack and pinion. If that's the case, that could have been an easy fix.
Yeah. And I'm sure they
These
have
guys,
enough parts.
these guys, they probably have a process in place for all this kind of stuff. And if it broke the steering shaft, maybe they could have replaced the steering shaft in 7 minutes. We
I
don't
mean,
know. We never
they
got
have
the opportunity to see
They have a rolling parts car. I mean, literally, they always have those.
across cars.
Obviously, yeah, they have the car, the extra car itself. But then when you look in those trailers on all those drawers, they have everything in there. So I think they would have had the parts to do it. I think they would have went down. I don't think 7 minutes would have worked. But that's when it comes into why do we have to time it? I think he would have gone down. I don't know, an entire stage almost by the time he was done with it. And okay.
They probably could have done it in 10 laps at a road course. Well, whatever it is, the whole DVP thing just needs to go away.
Yeah, DVP is dumb. It's dumb vehicle policy. That's what it stands for now.
Let's change it to where maybe in the playoffs you get rid of the DVP.
Yeah, I mean, I just get rid of it altogether. I mean, let's make it streamlined. Just get rid of it altogether. But yeah, so obviously Ryan Blaney's day over early. Logano and Ricky Spinhouse were all done very, very early in that race, unfortunately.
Not Logano.
Not Logano. Who was the other? It was Ricky Spinhouse, Ryan Blaney. I guess that was the only two.
Brad was in it. Kyle Busch was in it.
Yeah, but they kept going. Kyle Busch, man, talk about someone that had great weeks leading up, struggled this weekend.
I think it was Stenhouse and Blaney were the two that were out immediately.
At that one, okay. But
and Brad was the one that hit the left front of Blaney's, and that's what broke the steering.
That's right. So got the damage there. Denny Hamlin got damage in it, and I was so happy. The fact that what he did at Atlanta just still pisses me off. And I'm not even a fan of his, and I would be pissed off if I was a fan of his, because he basically said, I don't care about this race. I'm going to sit in the back. He didn't even tell his team. It was so funny because they were talking about it on one of the podcasts. And like, hey, Cliff Daniels was upset because they didn't tell anyone. He's like, we found out whenever everyone else found out. And I'm like, how do you go and not tell your team? And then they had their team meeting afterwards, and he goes, that's loser mentality. So Cliff Daniels, not Cliff Daniels, geez. Gabe Hart, obviously. Yeah, I just realized what I was doing. Gabe Hart is he calls him out and says that's loser mentality in the competition meeting. And yeah, that's exactly what that is, because Denny Hamlin sat there and just like, well, we suck at super speedways. Let me try to ride in the back and still get in a caution. And then this week, the one thing you couldn't have happened. And so now, on lap one. So now we're going to Bristol, and yes, he still was able to make some points, but he's not. I mean, he has to basically do really well, go for points and win, or not and win, but go for a lot of points, and then definitely try for a victory.
He's going to have to finish high up in each stage and probably at least top 10, if not top 5 his way, because the way the standings are right now, and look, we made our brackets going into the playoffs, and both of our brackets are busted just looking at them right now.
It won't be good.
Yeah. So, I mean, the biggest shock right now is that both Suarez and Cindric are way above the cut line. You got
So I definitely want to talk about that, because you look at it right now, Austin Cindric is third in points in the playoff points.
He's
wasted playoff spot. Third best car in the race that he won, and he is third in the playoff points right now. Joe Logano, obviously, with the win, is locked in. Then you have Christopher Bell at second and Austin Cindric at third. Then you have Bowman as fourth. So
this is what's wild is he's actually, if you look at driver points, because it reset the driver points too, he's second in driver points. He's only 3 points behind Christopher Bell leading. Dude, it's insane.
So what was our top 4? Because we both ended up having the same top 4. What was our top 4?
We both had Larson, Reddick, Hamlin, and Blaney.
So as of right now, the highest person on our picks is Reddick at 6th. Blaney is at 8th. Larson's 9th.
And Hamlin's out.
Hamlin's out right now. We have 2 people in must win.
So
we have. This is crazy.
I think in theory, and
what up,
Martin Truex for one of them. What's up, man?
He has to win. And
so
unfortunately, Bristol has not been nice to him.
We're going to Bristol, and one of the guys that's right here on the cut line that's +6 above the cut line is really good at Bristol. Ty Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs.
And Chase Briscoe isn't half bad either, and he's +6. Then you've got Byron and Larson +26, Blaney +29, Elliott +30. Like, I would say from 6th on back, it's a toss-up. But then you've got like 3 of the guys that I picked out in the first round are at the top. Cindric, Bowman, Suarez.
Yeah, there's almost no way, because what was mine? What was mine out of the first round?
You had Suarez, Burton, Ty Gibbs, and Bowman.
I'll get the Burton right.
Yeah, if we both get the Burton right.
Yeah, because he's in a must-win, and let's be honest, he ain't gonna
win too.
Dude, that'd be some shit. Oh, that'd be some shit. But Martin Truex has to win, basically. Brad has to have a great day. And Brad has done decent at Bristol, but that's a tough one. Denny Hamlin, obviously, I think he can.
Man. I don't know. I'm not going to put Brad and Martin in a must-win. I'm not going to put Denny, Brad, or Martin in a must-win. Burton, I feel like he is. I think Martin could point his way in without winning, but he's going to have a lot of luck on his side. Same thing with Brad. I mean, they're only 12 to 14 points out. That's not a lot, but it's definitely a hill to climb. And Martin hasn't really had the best luck at Bristol.
And here's the problem: is because of how close the line is. Because you have +25 for William Byron, then only +6. So the reason I say must win is because of how big that swing is from -14 to what could end up being a +20 up. You have 2 spots right there at the top. So I feel like Denny Hamlin, Brad, Chase, and Ty, they all are really, really close in being able to make that swing super easy. But Truex and Burton, I think, especially with Truex not being good at Bristol to begin with, because of how big that swing is all the way to 10th, it's going to be tough overcoming Hamlin and Brad, as well as Ty Gibbs and Chase Briscoe.
Yeah, the guys that are sweating it is definitely going to be Briscoe. It's definitely going to be Gibbs. I would say, these guys, Byron, Larson, Blaney, Elliott, Reddick, while they aren't locked in, they can probably feel pretty safe to where they don't have to go win. All they've got to do is put some clean stages together, just get some stage points. They don't even have to get, 2nd, 3rd, or 4th. They just, top, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th in points, stage points. I think that's all they need to ask for. Finish the race top 10, and they're in it. But as far as Briscoe and Gibbs, they're the ones that are going to be sweating it, because Hamlin, he can easily go to Bristol and win.
Yep.
Which would knock Briscoe or Gibbs out because they're essentially tied. It's going to be an interesting weekend.
Yeah, and another thing we talk about, not a lot of people look into owner points, obviously, but even on the owner point side right now, you have the 20 of Joe Gibbs being number 1. We have a chance here for the Cup 20 and the Xfinity 20 to both win the owner point championship this year. What's crazy is Larson's all the way back in 6th right now. You have Cindric, Team Penske, in 2nd place on owner points. I mean, not consistent this year whatsoever, but has gotten hot at the right time and is now actually running good races and getting the points that he needs to get not only the owner's championship, but the driver points and the playoff points.
Yeah. The only thing is that, you can look at the playoff, driver, all these points and everything, after this weekend, they reset again. So all those playoff points that everybody accumulated, you're going to reset the seeding, and you're going to see Larson and Reddick and Elliott all get reseeded back at the top of the playoff points. So,
but
I know what you're saying. I know what you're
who's
saying.
The most consistent racing right now.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. We both don't have Bell in our final round, but he's that one sleeper that can get in there again.
He's the only one right now still in the top 4.
Yeah, and he also was caught up in a wreck there at the very end. with
Yeah.
Austin Dillon.
Yeah.
That whole
Austin Dillon-
situation too. Like, I don't know why there wasn't relay or Christopher didn't have his hand out the window and be like, hey, I'm trying to fucking pit. Like, I know Austin didn't mean to run him over, but I'm sure he was frustrated with being cut off going into turn 11.
We are talking about Austin Dillon. We're not talking about some of the greatest race car drivers known to man. Sorry, Matt.
Well, I'm sure Austin's on I don't give a fuck for right now because of having his playoff shit taken away.
They took his playoff point away. He's like, I don't give a crap. I'm gonna race the way I want to race. You mess with me, I'm gonna mess with you. And that's what he did. I feel like that's exactly what he did. So I don't know. I mean, that whole thing at the end was kind of stupid in my opinion. Austin Dillon was being a word I can't say on this live.
A dick?
No, a little bit worse than that one, but definitely not racing clean or nowhere around that shape of the imagination. But very interesting how that race ended up. Overall, great racing. I mean, I think it was more beating and banging throughout the entire, basically top 5 on back. It was beating and banging the entire time. People were every inch they could get. So it looked great whenever you looked at it that way. It's just the first second, those cars were just so fast in Ross and SVG that basically no one else had a chance for second, third, and fourth. And so it was fifth and beyond.
Yeah, the eye candy test, I guess you could say, was good. But when it comes, I'd be interested to see what like the average was for passing, like green flag passing. Not because of pit cycles, but like how many guys could actually pass, in the middle of a run. Because, and this is just, me from watching the onboard with Kyle, he had that penalty, got sent to the back, and he said, his car's good. Like, it handles good. He thinks he's got a fast car and everything. But they couldn't pass. Like, all those guys were in the back. Reddick was in the back with them.
Reddick got involved in that accident at the very beginning, too.
Reddick had a penalty, I think, as well. So him and Larson had started at the back going into stage 2 or the beginning of stage 3.
Yeah.
And they didn't go anywhere. Like, Larson and Zane Smith were beating on each other for 10 laps straight. Like, it was just, like I said, it was a dogfight. It was insane. Like, and they couldn't pass. They couldn't get around each other. Like, I watched Zane multiple times just blow the corners and run off the runoff areas of the track and gap Kyle going, into the next turn. Like, what are we doing? This car sucks.
And what's crazy is all 3 cars, you talk about Zane, all 3 cars from Spire finished in the top 10. First time, I think, this year at least, where all 3 cars finished top 10. Even Corey LaJoy managed a top 10, even though he ran over just about half the field to get there. Talentless. It's a great synonym for him. But you're going to have to tell your brother he's going to have to learn how to drive.
I would just be glad when Corey's out of the series, to be honest, Luke.
Well, sad part is apparently, we joke about obviously flipping burgers and all, but what we're hearing out there on the streets is that he's moving over to the 51 car and Justin Haley will be moving over to the 7 car. Now, the fact that Haley would be leaving RWR after all that he talked about earlier this year, I feel like it's a little weird, but hey, money talks, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that. I don't know what to think about that because Justin was pretty high on like we're going to build RWR and make this a contending team. We've got this alliance with RFK,
and been doing a great job at it. I hate him as a driver, but doing a great job at it.
I mean, he definitely has turned that program around and put some statistics up. I don't know where they are in points.
I don't remember. I have to look back. Yeah, it's basically been like Larson, just no checkers.
Yeah, 2 top 10s.
He's been racing a lot better than his stats are because he's gotten in accidents that he shouldn't have got in there near the end. There's been reasons for him, unfortunately.
Yeah. He's above Zane Smith, John Hunter.
Well, and that still is like, where's Zane going to end up? Is he going back?
He would have been above Harrison Burton too, not for his Daytona win.
Oh yeah, it's the illustrious win.
Yeah, I gotta say, we talked all that mad shit about Suarez and Cindric being wasted playoff spots.
Well, hold on. I realistically, I've been heavy on Cindric. Suarez, I consider his less of a wasted spot than Cindric because Cindric on the race that he won, and I'll still say it again, he was the third best car, and only reason he won was because they ran out of fuel. That is the only reason he won that race.
Well, that's true. Definitely.
Suarez actually won his race. It was a picture perfect. Yes, it was crazy. It was a super speedway, but he at least raced to the end and was the number one car at the time of the photo.
Well, Suarez won, but as soon as he got that playoff win, he was like non-existent through the entire regular season, and
that's because it was a super speedway,
right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, so if you go into the playoffs, like, do you expect a guy that was non-existent in the regular season to be in contention for next round at least?
And that's why I still say top 20 in points. There should be a cutoff at top 20 in points. Make it the most competitive cars in the field, not just the ones that got lucky once or twice and won a race.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that. Unfortunately, that'll never happen. But
nope, never happened. Manufacturers and sponsors bitch too much.
You know what I really hate though about where we are in the playoffs is Joey fucking Logano.
Where's he at now?
He locked in last week.
Oh, with the win, yeah. But yeah. I think the next round could be the one where he makes his exit. I think that's what I put him as, is exiting next round anyway.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So I could see him making that exit. Kansas, Talladega, Charlotte Motor Speedway road course. Now, obviously,
he can go to Dega and fucking win.
He could win Dega, but I just don't see it.
I
don't see it.
I don't know. I'm getting tired of fucking going to Joey Logano wins. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, well, that's the good news is hope maybe we get a back to back. Maybe Buescher comes in because obviously he does decent at short tracks too. So maybe Bristol, we can get a back to back Buescher. Maybe your boy Larson can get a win. But then
I will shit my pants.
We can finally break your curse.
I would love for that to happen.
Finally break your curse. But then
road course. I am mentally. Chuck did the same thing. He said it in the chat that he's already mentally preparing himself for how Bristol's going to go. Like if something bad happens to Hamlin and he doesn't make the cut, I'm doing the same thing because I just want to go and enjoy the race and whatever fucking happens. So I'm trying to get in that mindset. Like Larson's got a nice little cushion. He just needs to be smart. Like if he doesn't win the race, as long as he transfers, I'm good. But God damn it, I'd fucking love to see him win Bristol.
The good news is the boys are going to be there. We're all going to be together. We're going to tailgate the race, and it's Bristol night race, and it's been feeling phenomenal outside. So I am –
dude, it's like 68 degrees here right now.
I am super pumped for this weekend. I cannot wait. Plus, new watch will be in hopefully in time for this. Oh, it's going to be great.
Yeah, I got mine ordered too. I hope it comes in. I want Kyle Busch to win Bristol bad. If Larson doesn't win Bristol, I would be so happy to see Kyle Busch win.
Is that on the Instagram side? I had it pulled up, but I switched
it's
over.
On here. I thought you were handling comments.
Oh, no, this is supposed to be your job.
No, it's not. God damn it. Quit, motherfucker.
What are you doing? For cutting me off, bastard. But yeah, so I wish I was going to be there. Logan, you could be there. It's Saturday night race. You can definitely who works on Saturdays?
Logan?
Who works Saturdays to begin with? And then it's a night race. I could abduct you, bring you there, and then you would be able to get it back in time for work probably on Monday.
I can't wait
to see you boys again. Dalton, I can't wait. Don't forget my camera this time.
What's up,
Andrew? Well, full gang.
You're coming to Bristol, right, Andrew?
I think he said originally.
Yeah.
And I lost my bet because I said that Harrison Burton was not going to win. Actually, sorry, I said Harrison Burton wasn't even going to finish the race at Watkins Glen. He did. He actually finished that race. So I owe old Full Gang a hat, which he has chosen a pretty good one. So,
Oof.
yeah.
Well, good news is you can buy another one this weekend.
Well, I'm literally, I plan on being there. Perfect. I'm gonna order it offline, get it sent. I might just give him that one because I've only worn it just for videos, but we'll see.
What camera?
Don't worry about it.
I fucking hate you.
It's for the property.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there's some people making their way onto the property that should not be making their way on the property. So
50% off, whatever it was.
Yeah. So, all right. Let's see. I mean, there's not much else to talk about. Denny is struggling because of the stupid decisions he's made. The points are kind of flipped on their head at the moment. And we get to see the boys this weekend. I mean, we're T-minus a couple days. Did y'all get new Fascar hats?
Yeah.
Don't have new ones. Still have the same
This
old
is a
ones.
new one I'm wearing, but no, we're not new.
I have one new one left to last me forever until we order another.
Two. But no, I have one.
Thank you, Don. But so let's get into Bristol. Let's get into picks.
Stickers.
So what?
I said, don't forget stickers. You got to bring stickers.
I'm bringing stickers. Dude, I figured out the new stickers on the piece. Like, they fit perfectly in the mag ring.
Yo, what happened to your Georgia case?
Oh, so it doesn't support mag charging, and I only have MagSafe charging.
Yeah. So mine went bad too. So I got a new OtterBox case for mine, and I went to go charge it, and it didn't MagSafe. I'm like, this fucking sucks. So I've gone 8 months, because I'm too cheap to get a new one. So every time I just have to, take the case off.
Yeah. So this was $12 on clearance, so it made the cut.
Well, I'm not getting a new phone this year, so I had the new Beast drinks. I did not know they had new ones. I got a cherry berry, scary berry. I know. I cannot hear you. What? I gotta try the purple. Where's the purple at? Unmute yourself. You're terrible at this pool. Well, I mean, mine's about to die too. Where's the purple ones at? Your ass crack's hanging out.
Can you hear me now?
God damn it, Pool. Get your shit together.
Can you hear me now?
Maybe.
There we go.
I can't hear you.
I'll put it right over the speaker so
I
you
can't
can
hear
hear
you. Still can't hear you.
I know you can hear me because it's giving me audio.
I can't hear you. Speak up. Now I can hear myself. Turn your fucking volume down.
No, it's because I literally just hung it right here just to annoy the crap out of you for being a punk. I'll put it up here. There we go. So yeah,
he me shit about my microphone's dying.
Yay! Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. Fuller, your only job is to make sure that you bring those drinks to us.
Yes, I was about to say, Andrew, can you please bring me one? Because I definitely would like to try the purple one.
I'm down. But all right, guys, let's get our picks in real quick.
Yes, Logan, we will see. We'll see you Saturday.
We'll abduct you if we have to.
You don't have to come Friday. But we'll see you Saturday.
Let's go for picks for Bristol. Who you got?
It's kind of hard not to choose him. Denny Hamlin.
That's a great pick. Obviously, he's down bad at the moment.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm charging my mic back so that whenever it does come back on, I actually have it. Let's see. For me, who do I want to win this one? I'm gonna go with Bell. I'm gonna get Bell getting a win back.
Tyler Reddick is Fuller's pick. I like that pick.
It's a good pick. That's good. That's good. But, all right. That's all we got. Mics are dying.
I didn't eat dinner because drinking one of these on an empty stomach is not a good idea.
Same, I haven't eaten mine either. But that was it. Great episode this weekend. Thank y'all for joining us. Make sure y'all tune in for Bristol. We'll be doing some live events at Bristol. So make sure you tune over to our TikTok side, Instagram. Going to be a great time. Thanks y'all for everything. If you need a cooler to get prepared for another race, make sure you go to kangacoolers.com and you can use the code FASCAR10 down there in the bottom. And that'll give you 10% off your Kanga cooler. Help support us and put some diesel in the bus because that's expensive. But
Man, your audio sucks.
So what?
Your audio sucks.
I'm sorry. I'm on a boom mic now that's not even connected to my camera properly.
It sounds like you're in a car.
I can't. It doesn't. I need to reset up the whole thing.
When are you leaving for Bristol?
I'm leaving Friday. I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, but I'm just gonna do some stuff at the property. And yeah, I'm gonna do stuff at the property, but then head up Friday. I think right now Dakota or Matt might stay with me Thursday night.
Cool. I told work today, said I'm leaving at 1 o'clock, so y'all can suck it.
Good. And that 1 o'clock needs to turn into like 11 o'clock.
No, can't do that.
I forgot that you were bitch made. Sorry.
No, I gotta do what I gotta do to make some money. So,
I mean, you can sell the mustache.
what?
You heard me. Mustache rides. Give them. Go.
I can work that out this weekend. Where are you staying, Pittman?
Well, the first night he would be staying with me as well. I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if they've pulled it out. Dakota's, not here anymore.
Are you staying with us this weekend?
No, I think he's staying at. No, because I think we're the only ones staying at Cooper's dad's now. Well, let's wrap this up. Get this out. We'll figure it out.
Right there.
Oh, okay.
So you're staying with us?
You're staying with us. Yeah, that's us.
So who else?
Cuddles. Let's go.
Not Cooper.
All right, let's end it. Till next time. See you.